Well, good morning, beautiful people. My name is Kieran Siemens, and this is the fabulous Mr. Miro. Mwah! My beautiful Chinese crested dog who helps me with all these drawings. He comes up with the ideas, he's the boss, he makes sure all my pens are sharpened and... So today Mr. Miro has an idea to draw. You gonna tell them? Or shall I? Oh, okay, he's watching the squirrel. Okay, so today we're going to draw a cow. And we're going to have a lot of fun drawing a cow because there's some secrets to the way you draw a cow. So, today's going to be a fun and funky cow with me and the fabulous Mr. Miro. See you soon. Well, hello and welcome back. Today we are going to get into some funky drawing, and we are going to get into the lovely and the delicious and the incredibly beautiful cow. Now, a lot of people seem to think a cow might be a little bit of a boring subject or a boring animal, and it definitely is not. It's such a beautiful one to draw. Let me just adjust my hat so the magic is perfect. I once did a book called Mission E. And in that book, about a little girl who learns all about animals. There's loads of them on Amazon. Lots and lots of different animals. Every week she finds a different animal. And one of those animals was the cow. And I loved drawing that cow. I loved designing the cow. It had so much fun about him. Okay? So, today I'm going to be concentrating a lot on the square. Okay, so we're going to be drawing lots of big kind of square shapes like that. Okay, square or rectangle or whatever you feel. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a nice big square head. Okay, a nice big square. And don't worry about your square. If your square is a bit winky wonky or it's a little bit too long or whatever, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the whole process that we are doing here, okay? And about somewhere down the bottom, we're going to draw a line through that, just to kind of give a difference in color between the nose and the face. And then up at the top, I'm going to draw some eyes, whatever kind of eyes you want to do. I like to draw big egg-shaped eyes, like that. You can give him some little C-shape, little chunk, that type of eyebrows. And put your dots in for your eyes. Now, right down in this section here, which is going to be a different color, we can do some big nostrils. And you can do them any size you want. And right at the top, I'm going to draw another long kind of sausage shape, like that. And then I'm going to put some little horns on, like that. So, already straight away, by just drawing that square and adding a couple of eggs to the square, we've got a cow. And it's a great character to draw. Now, the way I like to draw a cow is I like to give it a very big body, because cows seem to have that quite a small head, but they have a huge big body. So I'm going to draw another square here. I'm going to draw a big square like that. And you imagine that line's coming all the way through there. And there's my cow. And it's a very simple thing of putting one square for the head and one square for the body. So on the body, if you want to put some spots on there, or you know, some kind of difference of like different kind of pattern on there to give him some more like cow-like appearance, and you can get a nice kind of color. You can get a nice, what have we got? Purple looks good. Is that purple? And you can even color those in, so you've got a nice kind of colored I'm just doing it nice and quickly here for the lesson, but you can do it all nice and neat and tidy. And there you have a lovely cow. You could even do a couple of patches on his face. Look at that. And there you have, in a very short space of time, we've got a beautiful, beautiful cow. So, we've got some long sausage shapes. Some nice long legs. It's quite a tall cow. And then we're going to give some, like a squashed square. It's kind of going to be like that. Or a triangle with the top cut off. There you go. And we're going to bring another sausage shape down. And do the same there. Do you see that? Another sausage shape there. And what I'm doing here is I'm just putting that foot slightly higher. Can you see that? It's kind of about that place. Not down here, but it's a little bit higher. And that kind of gives the appearance that it's the leg behind. It's like a little bit further away. And there's my... And now all we need is a long, wobbly sausage for his tail. And at the end, you can just do some little scribbly things like that. And that is the basic shapes and the basic construction of our cow. Now, I'm going to draw a cow in a minute, and I'm going to be doing the same mental thinking of the squares. Square for a head, a square for a body, and then the legs. Now, the legs, you can kind of do it. You could do a cow that's kind of running. Might be a little bit fun. And instead of having the legs standing on the ground, you could put, this is his body here. That's the cow's body. And you could do some legs that stick out to the side. And you draw your feet at the end, like that. And you could draw your legs sticking out, like that. And that will give the appearance that the cow is running. There's his big cow head there. With these horns. And with these nostrils. And you give him a smile if you want. And then you make sure you draw the ground so that the ground is like a little bit further away from him. And you can have a nice happy tail. Like that. And that's our cow running. So we're just using the same shapes, except this time we're lifting him off the ground. We're putting his legs out like he's running. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. So that is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be trying to draw a nice, fun cow. Now, if this lesson is going a little bit too fast, please do run it back and play the video. And run it back and play the video. And then you'll get into your drawing of your cow quite quickly, quite easily. And then I'm going to draw a cow now, and I'm going to use those same shapes, but I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it. And hopefully, when you see how I'm drawing now in a minute with the cow, you'll be able to see that my head is a square shape, just like this one. And the body is a square, just like this. And the legs are just long sausages with little triangle type of feet to it. Okay? And you will see that it's a very, very basic shape. And the reason I'm trying to do it in this way is to put down the simplest of forms, okay? So that the simplest of description and the simplest of thought will make everything more easy. And you will gain more confidence by drawing with simple shapes. And once you've drawn a simple shape, you can practice drawing this cow. You know, draw it 100 times, and then you'll start adding things to it. You might add a hat to the cow, or you might give him big shoes, or whatever you feel is funny. But the whole point here is that we are trying to simplify everything down. And in this way of doing things, it really does become a great fun exercise of drawing a shape and then building it into an animal. Okay? So, we are going to get on and we are going to draw a nice big cow that looks just like that, but on this big piece of paper. Okay, and if you want to draw along with me, you're very welcome to. If you want to keep practicing your cow in this type of style, you're very welcome to also. So, we're going to get some funky doodle drawings, and we're going to get ourselves a nice pen. You can draw with whatever pen you want. This is just the pen that I choose, so don't worry about which pen I use. All pens are kind of like the same, okay? So I'm going to get on there and I'm going to draw I'm going to draw my head. And I'm going to draw a nice big head. And if you see the books on Amazon, Emily had this cow, and he was just like the one that I just drew. He had this big square body. Oh, and there was one thing that I missed. I forgot to put on his big bag of milk underneath, but I'll add it to this one. And in the story of Emily, which was called Mission E, Mission Emily, it's about this girl, and each week she has an animal, and these animals come up to be her friends, and each week she learns something about these animals. Here I'm just doing a big squiggly type of nose, whereas on that I just did a dot. On here I'm just going to do a nice big wibbly wobbly line. I'm going to give him a nice smile because I want my cow to look happy. So in this story of Emily, she finds out that one of the magical things about a cow is that it can make milk. So when she goes to buy this fizzy drink, because all her friends are having this picnic way out into the countryside, and she's going to bring her new friend, which is this cow. But the journey is so long, maybe they get lost or something, you know, and they're going over this mountain and they're going over that mountain and they're going over this lake, and they meet all these great animals on the way. They meet a tiger who wants to eat them, and they say, oh, well, here, have a little bit of our fizzy drink, our fizzy pop, or whatever you call it, lemonade. And then they go a little bit more, and then they have to get across the river, and the turtles help her across the river, and they give each turtle a little bit of this drink. And by the time they get to where all the friends are, they've got no drink left. And everybody's like, oh, Emily's here, oh great, I've got the cake, and I've got the sandwiches, and Emily doesn't have any of the fizzy drink left. And Emily is like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know? And the cow is kind of like, hey, don't worry. But she is worried, you know. What will her friends be thinking and everything like that? So she starts to get into it. And what happens is that she remembers. Well, the cow kind of tells her, really, you know. Cow kind of says, hey, look underneath. And when she looks underneath, she sees this big bag, and she squeezes it and she gets fresh milk, and all her friends are so happy that she brought this kind of special magical drink, and they all sit and have cake and milk and sandwiches and milk. So the cow makes all the milk, and all the friends think this cow is an amazing friend. Originally the story was called My Pet, but it seemed too much of a common kind of name, really. So I'm going to do my cow dancing, okay? So I'm going to do one leg going down. There's my big kind of sausage shaped legs coming down. I'm going to draw in some wiggly lines there. It kind of looks like the feet are shining. It's like the reflection of the light onto his shoes. And we're going to get one leg that's going to come out like this. Now the way that I'm drawing here is I'm just drawing with a pen. It's just called a dip pen. But you can draw with any pen. You could draw the same cow with a paintbrush. You could draw it with a pencil, and you'll have the same beautiful look. It's just that if I draw it in ink, it's a little bit more clear for everybody to see it up there in TV land. And I'm just trying to keep all the shapes nice and simple. Do a little bit of shading there to show that the leg is a little bit further behind. And I'm going to draw this leg. I'm just going to do this leg like a little bit bent, like he's dancing. Okay. And you could try this too. You can draw his leg being a bent kind of sausage, like that. Put a little bit of shine on his boots. I'm going to draw that body coming under there. And I'm going to draw his other leg coming out like this. And then I'm going to have it bending upwards like that. And don't worry if your legs are some are thin and some are thick and doesn't, you know, your lines are a little bit wibbly wobbly. Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy the drawing process. Just enjoy drawing this character. Just enjoy having fun drawing a nice cow. And you can pop over to Amazon and buy yourself a Mission E with the cow. And you can see that this cow is the same cow in the book that I drew. So underneath the cow, he has this, it's kind of like, it's a big kind of semicircle, a big half circle. And on the circle, it's got like these little kind of sausages sticking out of it. And that's where you get all your milk from. When you go to the shop and you buy some milk, this is where the milk comes from. Underneath a cow. Isn't that incredible? And when Emily took her friends all this milk, they were so impressed with the cow. And the cow had saved the day. And everybody drank milk. It was a great story. And there you go. And I'm going to draw some grass. So you're kind of dancing across on the grass. And my grass is just like scribble, 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 up and down, up and down. And it kind of looks like grass if you do it that way. You see that? And you have fun with it. Don't worry about how your grass looks. Just kind of do a squiggly line and it will look fantastic. And I'm going to draw some big kind of wobbly patches on my cow just to kind of make him look all colorful. And again, that's nice. You can just put them wherever you want, and you can put as many as you want as long as you're having fun. Like I said, that's the most important thing here, that we are having fun drawing our cow. Oh, he's got lots of spots on this cow. Look at that, and I'll do a little one down there as well. So there's our lovely dancing cow. More grass. And we've missed out his tail, so we need to draw a tail. I'm going to draw a tail going up like that. Just to make him look like he's a happy cow. You see that? The way the tail goes up? And the best thing is at the top you can just kind of go scribble, scribble and draw some like hair coming out the bottom of his tail. So that's kind of like what a cow looks like, you know. The cow's got a tail that kind of... And the same on the Emily book, the Mission E. On Amazon, you can see his tail looks just like that. And if you want to be really, really clever, you could draw some little spots on his tail also, just to make it look like his patchy skin goes all the way over his whole body, even over his little tail. So, that is our cow for today. And one thing you should do on all your drawings is you should put your name, okay? I love to put my name on my drawings. And you can write your name any way you want, okay? Because this is your drawing. So however you write your name and however you draw your cow, it's all okay. Kieron. And I like to do a big squiggly squaggly O on my name. And there we have it. That is me, and that is today's cow. And we're going to do a nice big frame around our cow, because we are so good that we want to frame it. And you could do this too if you want. Just get a nice big pen and just draw a big box all the way around it. And I like this part because it's like a little bit messy. I can just kind of have a bit of fun and splash all my paint down and stuff like that. And that makes me feel very happy, the fact that I can just kind of make a mess, you know. And that's part of being an artist, you know. About having a mess. Having fun with what we do. And I'm going to draw that line up there. And I can draw a wiggly woggly line if I want. And there we have today's fantastic lesson of how to draw a cow. And the way that this is all put together is that it's all about fun. So if you had fun today, then you were a success. Okay? So, usually with the Funky Doodlers, I ask you to say, how did you do today? How did you do with your lesson? Did you draw a nice brown cow like this one? Did you draw a nice big dancing cow like this one? How do you feel? Were you kind of squishy banana? Were you cool pizza? Or were you funky chicken and you were amazing? And I'm sure you were amazing. So, don't forget that if you do your drawing and you're happy with your drawing, you can send it onto the hashtag. And the hashtag is there. The hashtag is Funky Doodler Club. Put a big hashtag there at the beginning. And it will go to Instagram. And we will send all the photos there. All the drawings there. And then everybody can see how everybody has done. It'll be a great fun way to show off all your artwork under the Funky Doodler Club. Okay? So, that's today's lesson. That's today's piece of fun. So, my name is Kieran Siemens. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps me to see how many people are interested in drawing every day and having fun with it. So, thank you very much. I love all my Funky Doodlers. Have a fantastic day and keep drawing and keep practicing, okay? And I'll see you again very, very, very soon with a new character to draw. See you soon. Bye-bye.